So a couple of weeks ago, I sat with a pen and paper and I sketched out what my ideal mouse enclosure would be. I decided some time ago that I wanted to experiment with something new because I find that wire enclosures, when they're totally wire, are too drafty in the winter, and often the base of them is not very deep. And then with the reptile enclosures that I usually opt for, in the summer months here in Australia when it's humid, they just get too humid inside the tank, and that doesn't really work for me. The ventilation's just not quite good enough for those summer months. So what I wanted to find was something that was a total hybrid. So I've got the clear solid base, nice and deep for deep bedding, and then the wire top. And not only that, but this one also, the roof completely opens, so it gives me like total access to the enclosure. So this cage is actually by Ferplast, new pet generation, and it is the multipla hamster enclosure, but it is a hamster and mice modular home. So typically I like to have a minimum of 80 centimeters in length for an enclosure. This one is actually at the basic level 72.5. So I'm going to be adding on the extension to give them that extra length. So the height of it is 42 centimeters in its basic form, but I'm going to be adding on a roof extension as well to give them even more climbing space. 42 centimeters is actually bigger than the Detolf I had them in before, but I just think that bigger is always better with mice because they just love to run and climb and play. They're so active, and so I just want to give them as much space as possible. So any way in which I can build on this as it is a modular home, I'm going to do and make it just as big as I can. So I'm really happy with this enclosure, and you can see them bumbling around. They're really enjoying it. So obviously this really helps during the summer months to get that ventilation going, but also they do have that more protected base layer as well for them to go underneath and have a bit more warmth.